Interestingly, being off on Thanksgiving is one of the non-wage benefits our locally employed co-workers enjoy, as they get to celebrate not only local German holidays, but also American ones as well. Technically speaking, our locally hired staff members double their federally mandated days off when they start working in our embassies and consulates. To a certain degree, the Foreign Service officers also enjoy this benefit, since our embassies and consulates remain closed on all local American holidays, and the result also get to stay home. I must admit that I came to appreciate this benefit, especially during commemorating American traditions and history, since my kids have to go to school and I get the day all to myself. We may not offer the highest salary on the market, but we emphasize these added benefits during the hiring process to potential hires. And most of our employees will report they chose to work for the embassy over another similar employer precisely due to our compensation package. Konopaski and Ivanchevich state that all employees, whether salaried or wage, are expecting some kind of a periodic upward adjustment, and there are four general types of increases. General across the board increase for all employees. Merit increases paid to some employees based on an indicator of job performance. A cost of living adjustment, also known as COLA, based on the Consumer Price Index, and seniority. Most organizations will already have a scheme designed. It is up to the HR officer to make sure that rules and measurements for distributions are fair without any hint of favoritism. This responsibility will require detailed knowledge of the organizational hierarchy, employees, and supervisors. For pay for performance to work, an employee's performance has to be measured in tangible terms, because front-facing jobs, as well as those with frequent contacts with the upper management, have a distinct edge due to visibility of efforts and other quantifiable information. Qualitative jobs, such as sales, are easy to evaluate since these positions generate clear correlation between efforts and results. Qualitative jobs may be harder to parse into appropriate performance-related segments, which could be later evaluated in terms of appropriate bonuses. Furthermore, leadership and supervision style matters. McGregor describes two types of employees and associated management styles, the type X and type Y. Therefore, we need to remember that other factors such as internal need for job well done satisfaction or the lack of thereof should be taken into consideration as well when making decisions about wage increases through bonuses. Factors related to theory X or Y play an important role in compensation, since those employees with type Y supervisor may be inclined to work creatively and proactively, therefore more efficiently, as opposed to those under type X supervision or attitude. Type X are defined as those that generally dislike working, avoid responsibility, need to be directed through close supervision, and have to be threatened to deliver. X-type organizations are very top-heavy, with little empowerment of employees, since close supervision and management are required and present at every step. Merit-based compensation may not be the best mechanism for upward salary adjustments in these organizations. Type Y describes unsurprisingly the polar opposite to X, as employees and managers require participatory style of management, decentralized, assume employees are creative and happy to work alone. Employees take responsibility and are motivated from within. Managers fully trust their followers and empower them to make decisions pertaining to their organizational job responsibilities on their own, because managers believe these employees have an internal need to succeed and would not jeopardize the company's future through their negligence. Merit-based compensation requires clear and concise guidelines regarding how merits are evaluated and measured, who and what is making these decisions about who gets the bonuses, and what is the percentage of base pay these merits represent. Final decisions regarding the distributions of benefits should not be made by a single individual, but rather an interdepartmental committee to avoid perception of favoritism. Other forms of non-wage benefits and compensation, such as awards, should be considered into the equation as well, as to avoid tipping of the scales when one or only few employees receive non-wage benefits in addition to other performance-based awards. If evaluation is written, those employees with supervisors with strong written skills will be advantaged. Therefore, provisions should be made to mitigate the written expression factor. Competing for within groups' merits creates a rivalry instead of cooperation. And if an employee perceives little to no chance of reaching others in performance, he or she can become withdrawn, disengaged, and/or unmotivated to try harder. Competency-based plans. Newcomers are not hindered by a lack of seniority necessary to rise to the pay scales, and therefore are motivated to become Y-type employees and perform at the top of their potential from the get-go. Emphasis strictly on employees' performance in relation to the competencies such as leadership skills or attention to details as required by the position description. Since competency-based plans rate employees according to general criteria instead of specific accomplishments, this can lead to subjectivity and promote generalizing instead of employee uniqueness. The system can falter due to a free rider problem, during which some employees rely upon others to work hard to achieve the goals and then share the benefits, especially in team-based effort workplace where entire teams are evaluated together. There is no right and wrong answers to which compensation system to use, as there are as many arguments pro and against as there are HR officers. Each organization needs to look within and find the right formula to motivate employees to work their hardest while nurturing conducive cooperative environment.
Where is it?